What's up? Can a player get in them? Hey, cut you up like you ain't been cut. Show you how to really get you. So give me your number and I'll call and I'll follow that ass in the mall. Take you home, let you juggle my balls. Who the fuck comes up with these goddamn lyrics, y'all? But hey, what's going on, beautiful people? It is I, your sister from another Mr. ThickChickVlogs and all that good stuff, honey. But what we are in here to discover... Oh, shit. Bitch, I gotta spray some more of that. Bitch, before I turn this on, I sprayed some of this Febreze, Air Effects, and Island Fresh, girl. The Gain, girl. Ooh, girl, you don't know nothing about that. Plus, I got this one right here. I don't know if y'all heard about this one. This one is out of stock right now because it was a limited edition. I don't know if y'all can see that. But this one is in the sugar cranberry, and I done damn near ain't nothing in here. But, girl, I'm trying to use every nook and cranny up and through this piece. This is one of my favorites, and I hate that it was only a limited edition. I actually got this for Christmas, I want to say. I want to say I got this for Christmas, and I'm mad that it is over and done with, and this damn hair is already about to get on my nerves, girl. I gotta get me some bobby pins or something to pin this shit back, all that good jazz up and around up and through this piece. But anyway, I don't have shit to talk about. I'm just gonna do another bitch, what did you say, girl? Bitch, what did you say? It's just gonna be a random ass video where we're gonna talk about a whole lot of nothing. I did say I was gonna dedicate a full video to Kent TV, but instead of dedicating a full video to you, Kent, because I'm just gonna give you a little bit of piece of advice because I don't want to go into, you know, a whole lot of in-depth stuff now. Later on, the Juice Man, if you want, the Juice Man said he will do a full video for you because he watches your videos. Well, he did watch your videos too, but you have since deleted your channel, so you know, we don't watch them anymore because they're not there anymore. I will say I'm apologizing in advance because I am sitting here working, but bitch, I wanted to come and talk. Y'all know how I am. I work from home, girl. I ain't got no co-workers, I ain't got no cubicles or nothing around here, girl, so y'all my motherfucking entertainment and things, child, you know. So when I feel like I want to talk, I had to come over here and talk. Now, the first thing that we are going to discuss is the fact that what a person eats will not make you shit. You may not. For those of you who don't know what the fuck that means, I'm going to elaborate a little bit for you, okay? Let me say it one more time. What I eat, so I'm just going to use myself for an example. What I eat will not make you shit, okay? And I'm going to explain, and the bitch is spitting. I know I just spit, but it's okay. I just spat. But what a person's persons. Now, if you're going to try to use the reference, Thick Chick, you gonna need to say that shit correctly, okay? Yeah, damn. But what I eat will not make you shit. And what that means is what I do will, as long as it does not directly affect your life, you shouldn't give a fuck. Let me give you guys a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Now, I talked about this a little bit on my Dig This video over there on my Thick Chick TV channel. If you guys don't know about that, girl, I don't know what you're waiting on. What is you waiting on? You need to head on over to Thick Chick TV and check it out because I do a lot of, you know, 40 and 50 minute videos over that motherfucker because sometimes I just feel like I said, I just feel like I want to talk, girl, because I ain't got no adult interaction in this motherfucker besides the Juice Man, and I get tired of talking to this motherfucking ass. You get on my nerves. But people are so up in arms about Caitlyn Jenner, girl. I mean, people, just to see how some people are so affected by what this man is doing with his life really baffles the fuck out of me. Yes, you may not agree with it. That's perfectly fine. That is your God-given right to disagree with what a person does. That's the beauty of America. That's the beauty of being in America, the home of the free, okay, girl? The home of the free. That is your God-given right. But getting your blood pressure up over the fact that Bruce Jenner decided to become Caitlyn Jenner, girl, okay? Girl. And a lot of people say, well, when they broadcast it on social media, you know, it's okay. As long as they broadcast it on social media, we should be able to have an opinion. Yes. You can have an opinion on what he's done. You can have your opinion. I'm speaking on the people who literally have wished death upon this man, like, because he decided that he wanted to become a woman. People have wished death upon him, talking about they hope somebody find him and put one in his head because he's a freak show. I mean, that is weird as fuck to me. The fact that you seriously hate someone to the point where you want them to die and he hasn't done anything to directly affect your life. Please explain to me how Bruce Jenner going to get breast, getting his hair done, putting on makeup is affecting your life directly. Okay, that's just like a person who's fat. Okay, if you see a fat person, go to the McDonald's and buy 14 Big Macs and all this type of stuff. Now, yes, you may have an opinion on it. You might have something to say, but getting your blood pressure up over something that someone else is doing, by that person putting them 14 Big Macs in their mouth, is not going to make you shit. It's not going to make you fat. It's not going to make you no broker. So what you need to do, yes, leave your opinion. But what you don't need to do is go around to all these different blog sites and all these different web pages, leaving these nasty, hateful comments because this man decided that he wanted to become a woman. Get over it. Because what this dude did is not going to make you take no shit, boo-boo. Move on swiftly and professionally. Shout out to my boy Justin J1232. And speaking of Justin J, he shared a news story on Facebook that I need to address really quickly. I think the first person that I saw share this was the Scorpion Show, but then when Justin shared it, he reminded me of it. It's about this young lady, she's not a young lady, about this 9-year-old girl who has been subjected to ridicule from people. She's a cancer patient, and her mom are now living in a filthy, nasty homeless shelter. This young girl has, I'm trying to cover my information because I don't need y'all shit. I don't need y'all seeing all my damn information. You know what I'm saying, girl? I don't need y'all seeing all my information. But that is the girl right there. I don't know if y'all can see her, okay? That is the young girl right there that people have been making fun of. Now, this young girl has a form of cancer that causes her to, it stunts her growth and it swells her face like that. And a lot of people have been creating these nasty memes about her. Now, this is not the Shirley girl. This is not the Shirley child that people have been thinking it's the Shirley girl. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about when I say the Shirley girl, but I'm talking about, the girl that people saying look like one of the mothers of the church, you know what I'm saying, look like the pastor wife. I'm not talking about her. That is not that little girl. I know some people were thinking that it was her, but that is not that little girl. But the fact that people are making fun of this child is just absolutely disgusting to me. And let me explain why it's disgusting to me. Think about if this was your child, okay? Yes, your child may be healthy. There's nothing wrong with your child or anything like that. But just imagine if you have a child, if the Lord blesses you to get pregnant again, okay? And you get pregnant and you go to the doctor and you find out that your child has some sort of deformity. You don't know what the deformity is or anything until you have that child. And you have that child and that child has a form of deformity like that or worse. How would you feel if, one day you post a photo of your child on social media saying, okay, this is my angel, whatever. Or just say you ain't even got to post a photo on social media, because you get some people who say they don't put photos on social media for that very reason. But what if you're in public? You're not going to shield the child from going out in public. You got people out in public that take photos of people all the time and post them on social media making fun of them. What if a person does that? Okay, we're going to step aside from the social media part. Just if a person sees you and your child in Walmart shopping and they decide to snap a photo of your child and it's floating around on the internet going viral and people are making fun of your child, how would you feel? Wouldn't that break your fucking heart to know that people are having such nasty, hateful things to say about your child? And not only are they saying it about a child, they're saying it about a child who has cancer. And people are laughing I feel bad for her, but this shit is funny. What's funny about that? That's just I don't know if I mentioned to you guys that my dad was a double amputee. My dad was in the military. He lost one of his legs jumping out of an airplane when he was over in the war, and he lost another one of his legs to a drunk driver. Okay, and it used to piss me off so bad when we would be in public places, just say in a store, and people would stare at my dad like he was some type of animal. He's not an animal. I understand that it may look a little different to see a person without legs, but people would not just look, they would literally stare. Now, you would expect things like that from a child, because a child doesn't know any better. When you got a child who's, they see a person without legs, they're curious. They want to know what happened. They just looking because they're confused. They're used to seeing people with two legs. But when you got grown people that are doing this type of stuff, staring and pointing, making fun, there's something seriously the fuck wrong with your ass, okay? And I'm not gonna say you're gonna go to hell for doing it, but like I said, karma is a bitch. And sometimes you have God will put you in a damn situation to the point where you'll have to deal with that same exact ridicule, not of general purposes, because just to humble you. Okay, so just to see people around here saying nasty, hateful things about this poor child who did not ask to look the way that she looks, did not ask to be born with cancer. She didn't ask for any of that stuff. And to know how people are around here saying nasty, mean, hateful things to her is just baffling to me. It's disgusting. It's all of those different things. And I just, like I said, I hope and pray that you and your family never has to deal with those types of situations ever in life. Because like I said, I done been there. My dad was a double amputee. So I done been in places to where people were staring at my dad. And he used to be like, don't worry about it. But it used to piss me off because, number one, that's my dad and I love him. And not only that, don't look at him like he's some sort of animal. I can't stand when people do that. And not just that. Even if you see a person who looks a little bit different, you don't know what happened to that person. You don't know what type of situation that person is going through. That's just like a video that I seen on Facebook. Now, I don't even share those types of videos. Now, if it's a funny video that I know was done as a joke and it's, you know, the person laughing and ha ha ha, cool. But okay, there's a video that was floating around on Facebook and it really, really pissed me off. And it reminded me of my childhood. It brought back so many nasty, negative memories. And you guys, when I told you, I done been through so much in high school, being bullied and picked on and all that stuff. So I'm very, very passionate when it comes to things like that. But there's a video going around where these kids, they looked like they had just got out of school. And this young girl, she was standing outside talking to one of her friends, and somebody ran past her and snatched her wig off of her head. Now, when they snatched her wig off of her head, she was bald. She was completely bald. And it looked to me like that young lady probably maybe was going through chemo, or she had alopecia or something like that. It could have been anything. And it looked like whoever the person was that snatched it off, they knew that. They knew that this girl had this condition, and they decided to walk past her and snatch her wig off because you didn't know if it was a wig or a weave. But I guess, like I said, these people knew that this young girl had this condition, and they decided to humiliate her. And people were just laughing like it was so funny. I don't think, when it comes to bullying and things like that, I don't think that shit is funny in no shape, form, and or fashion. Okay, I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's cute. Okay, when it comes to, that's just like here on my channel. When people come leave nasty, negative comments, they wonder why I delete them. Okay, I need to don't call my phone. I'm doing something. I'm sorry. I didn't want this music to get to playing because y'all know I ain't politically correct, girl. But y'all know when the damn music get to playing and shit, how, you know, YouTube wanna silence your damn video. So I need to send this person a message and let them know I am on I'm recording a video. So stop calling me. And that's the damn juice man calling me from downstairs, probably for nothing. But anyway, I told him I said I was going to make a chef salad, so that's probably what he's calling me for. He's ready for his salad. But yeah, like I said, I've been bullied so bad that I honestly and truly do not want to I don't like that shit when I see people being bullied, especially people who aren't fucking with anyone and you're bullying people. I cannot stand a bully. I absolutely despise the hell out of bullies. I can't stand that shit. So if you, but what the fuck was I talking about, bitch? I didn't fucking went down in a motherfucking rabbit hole. No, the juice man fucked up my video. I was on a roll and he fucked me up. But what I was saying was, when people come to my videos and they leave nasty, hateful comments, and they're like, well, why you delete my comment? Why should I leave a nasty comment under my video? Why? Girl, why? Think about it. I tell people all the time, if you have such a great or such a strong opinion on something, make a video on it, okay? Make a video about it. It's fine, but don't come now. It's okay to have an opinion and leave it on my leave it in my comment section. But when you come just being nasty and hateful, that I have an issue with that. Okay, and I'm going to delete it. I'm not gonna leave that shit down there. I'm not that one to where I'm just gonna let people come and say whatever the hell they want to say. I understand it's freedom of speech, but you gonna have you won't come to my platform and say whatever the fuck you feel like saying. No, boo boo. Move on swiftly and motherfucking professionally. Okay, you will not bully Thick Chick Vlogs. I have been bullied long enough, boo. Okay, I'm a grown ass woman. If you don't like something that you see, it's okay to leave your opinion. I encourage people to leave comments and opinions. But when you leave your comment and your opinion, you don't need to make a reference to how you think that I look or something like that. That has absolutely nothing to do with the price of tea in China, motherfucker. Has absolutely nothing to do with the price of tea in China, girl. What does that have to do with the point of the video? And then don't get upset when I say something back to you. People think that, you know, you're supposed to be quiet and all this stuff, girl. Anyway, I'm not even gonna go into all that shit because we'll be sitting here all goddamn day talking about that. The next thing that we are going to talk about is Kareem from the Prancing Elites. If you guys don't know who or what the Prancing Elites is, the Prancing Elites is a group of young men who are on, it's an Oxygen, I think it's the Oxygen channel. They are basically dancers. They have been discriminated against. They're from Mobile, Alabama, and they're on television basically trying to raise awareness to people, letting people know that they just want to dance. They don't care that they're gay. They don't care that they walk around in, you know, leotards. They just want to be who they are, and they want people to accept them for that. Basically what happened is Kareem is one of the dancers, and he revealed to the group that he is HIV positive. Juice Man talking about he's freaking hungry. Leave me alone. But he revealed to the group that he is HIV positive. He had been dancing and things like that, and he had been real tired and saying he can't do certain things. So he went to the doctor because they were thinking that he had cancer. And he went to the doctor and found out that he was HIV positive. So just keep Kareem in your prayers. But it's great to see that he's in great spirits. And he said he's heard so many, he's talked to so many doctors to where he's not afraid because he knows that it's not a death sentence. You know, HIV is not like it was back in the day to where they didn't have a lot of treatment and those types of things. So it's not a death sentence if a person finds out that they are HIV positive. So shout out to Kareem for bringing light to the disease on national television, which, you know, a lot of people have done. But I just wanted to mention that because I saw it on my Facebook page. And there was something else that I wanted to talk about. We are going to, Kent, I know I haven't mentioned you yet in this video, but I am going to be talking about you in a few seconds. So just give me 1 minute, y'all. I'm about to log into my Facebook page to see what else is going on, because there's a whole lot of bullshit and rhetoric going on Facebook, and I need to fucking discuss it. Whew. Maybe it's not. Oh, yes it is. Okay, there is a video of this young girl. I don't know if you guys have seen it. If you haven't, what I'm going to do is I am going to share this video on my ThickChickVlogs page for those of you who want to see it. I was going to play it here, but you know, for the purposes of copyright and all that stuff, I don't want to play it, you know, because YouTube is real strict about that type of stuff. But what I will do, for those of you that are interested in actually watching the video, what I will do is I will go and share the video on my Facebook page where you guys can watch it and leave your comments and everything over there on that in the comment section on my ThickChickVlogs page over on Facebook. But there's this video of this child floating around on Facebook, and the title is "A Child Spitting the Truth About Why," and look how this person's writing "about." A child spitting the truth about why her mom shouldn't cry about her dad not being there and helping out. Now, that video, now, granted, that little girl, she's telling the truth, telling her mom not to cry. Just, you know, focus on her. I'm your daughter. Just, you know, let him do what he does, and, you know, let it just be us. My dad, he should be here taking care of me, doing all this stuff. But let me tell you a little bit of something that I feel about that video. That little girl is telling the truth. That little girl is in grown folks' business, okay? You can tell by the way that she's talking that she is engaged in adult conversation a little bit too much. At the end, she even said children, y'all. Children. Now, this little girl looks like she's no more than 8, 9 years old, maybe 10. Well, no, I'm gonna say between 8 and 10. And for her to be using words like children, talking about my daddy on Facebook popping bottles and all this stuff, number one, now a lot of people say, well, maybe she got her own Facebook page. Number one, she's too young to have a Facebook page. You can clearly look at this child and tell she is a child and she should not have a Facebook page. But there is no way on earth that this little girl should know that her father is on Facebook popping bottles. And how he got this woman and that woman and this woman and that woman. You can clearly tell this child has been in grown folk business. Now, you have a lot of people out there that will tell you, I don't talk bad about my children's father to them. I let them, when they get of age, I let them form their own opinions on their father. Now, I don't have a whole lot. I haven't been in that situation. My dad was there with my mom since day one. But I can tell you this, if I was ever in a situation to where I dated a guy, I messed around and got pregnant, and he just decided he didn't want to be there for my child, I can tell you here from point of, bitch, can I fucking talk, bitch? Can you motherfucking talk? God damn. But I can tell you from my point of view that I would not talk down about my kid's father to them. I would let them form their own opinion on them. But I can clearly tell that this little girl has been engaged in adult conversation. Her mom has probably been saying, yeah, your daddy on Facebook popping all these bottles, but he can't come over here and take y'all to eat, or can't come over here and buy you no clothes or anything like that. And she was saying, yeah, he's with her and he's buying her kids all this stuff. There's no way on earth this little girl knows this stuff unless her mom is telling her. Now, my cousin, if you are watching this video, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. But she said that she did, she would tell, she's not going to lie to her children about how their father was. She didn't lie to her kids about how their father was. And I get that. But this specifically, I mean, it's just like, you know, you got some people that'll sit there, your daddy ain't shit. Your dad ain't shit. He don't give a damn about you or whatever like that. Now, even the juice man said he's been in situations to where, you know, his father, he will be sitting there all excited to see his father. He'll get all dressed up, have his little bag packed. And he said his mom wouldn't say anything, but she knew he wasn't coming. So he said he's sitting out there on the steps waiting on him. And then, you know, dark come, and he said he'll just come in the house, put his bag down and just go to sleep. And he said his mother never said anything bad about his father to him. But of course, as he got older, he formulated his own opinion, and he said his daddy ain't shit. That is his opinion on him. And he said still to this day, his mom does not talk bad about his father to him, even though his daddy wasn't there, his daddy ain't do shit, etc., etc. And I think that, like I said, I just want you guys to watch the video, and I want you to leave your opinions on that video underneath it over there on ThickChickVlogs. So go and add me on my Facebook page if you are not already over there, and leave your comments underneath that particular video. Now, hopefully I don't run out of space, and I know that I probably will. And if I do, I'll come back in a second. But the last thing that we are going to discuss, we're going to give a little bit of advice to Kent TV. So if you're still here watching Kent, shout out to you. You the real MVP. If you are still watching this video, I would do a separate one dedicated directly to you, but it'll be way too short because, like I said, I don't want to give you too much. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my opinions on the way that you feel, etc., etc. And I want to give you a little bit of lowdown on how I feel about certain situations that you said that you go through when it comes to relationships, rejection, and all that good jazz. We are back after that little commercial break that we just had there. But this part of the video is going to be very, very short and sweet. This part of the video is going to be for our brother from another mother, Kent TV, the infamous Kent TV. He had a YouTube channel, but he has since deleted his YouTube channel for whatever reason. He said he was getting a lot of hate, a lot of flack, a lot of trolls and things coming to his channel. So he decided to delete his channel, and I do not blame him for that. That is his God-given right to do that. He had made a lot of videos regarding depression and rejection and things like that. If I am mistaken, Ken, I want you to correct me. I think Ken is probably in his early 20s. If you're not in your early 20s, you look good, brother. But I think he is in his early 20s now. He also says that he he's still a virgin. He's never been on a date. He's never even kissed a girl. And he feels like he is the king of rejection. Now, first and foremost, I am going to say that, brother, you are in no shape, form, and or fashion unattractive. You are a very, very handsome man, if I do say so myself. You have a great sense of style. I love the way you coordinate your hats with your outfits. You always look on point to me, and that is a huge plus when it comes to women. You also said you keep up with your hygiene and all that stuff. You seem like you have some great qualities. You seem like a very, very smart young man. Now, you said you feel like, you know, no woman will ever love you or anything like that. Let me tell you the first thing about women. If you come off as being someone who is always downing yourself, it's kind of a turn off to women. Not saying that you come off to women like that in real life, because I don't know you in real life. I only know you by what I've seen on your videos. So that is the only thing that I can personally comment on. But you said how, you know, you... Now, okay, let me backtrack. I've seen in your comments where a lot of people leave you positive comments, and you say that you think those people are just telling you that stuff. Let me tell you something. When I just told you that you're handsome, that is something that I meant. Now, if you constantly are always feeling like people are being funny or people are lying to you just to make you feel good, that is something that, you know, people can't necessarily control. But I can honestly tell you that women can sense a man's confidence. Now, if you come up to a woman and the only thing you're saying, yeah, I ain't never had a girlfriend, and you're talking about that type of stuff, let me tell you, when you meet a girl, don't even bring up any type of past stuff, any type of past relationships that you've had, or any type of past chicks that you've talked to, because you did mention in one of your videos that you talked to a young girl who was using you for your money. You said she was 16, 17 or something like that, and you said she always said that she needed money to pay a bill, and you were like, what type of 16, 17-year-old girl needs money to pay a bill? She didn't. She was just, I guess she saw that you were a nice guy and she wanted to try to use you for your money. Not now, I don't want you to get that in your head that the only thing women are going to want you for is for your money. Number one rule of thumb, when you get with a woman, never, ever, ever start out giving her money. Never, if a woman asks you for money within the first few days of you guys talking, exit stage left, okay? That is a huge red flag. I do not like when someone who don't even know you, okay, hardly even knows who you are, and they're already starting to ask you for money. That is a huge, huge red flag. So, yeah, just for future reference, never give women money like that. There's nothing wrong with taking them out on dates and doing that type of stuff with them, getting to know them. But as far as giving them money, no. You don't give a woman any type of monetary anything, especially not when you just meeting her. You don't know her like that. Now, I know you also have made videos saying that confidence means nothing. Now, you might go off on me. I don't know. You might go off on me, but I'm going to tell you right here, right now. I know you say that you feel like confidence means nothing. It does, okay? There are a lot of men, and I'm not trying to talk about anybody's looks or anything because I'm not about that life, but there are a lot of people out there who are not as attractive, who pull women and men because they have such a great confidence. Have you ever seen where a lot of people are like, just say big girls? You have a lot of big girls out here that are models who, you know, are motivational speakers, all these things. And they're like, oh my God, I admire your confidence. People find things like that sexy, okay? People find confidence to be something that is extremely sexy. So I want you to know that, no, confidence does mean something. It does mean something when you're confident. Now, I'm not going to say, you walking out here with your chest stuck out, it's going to make a woman gravitate towards you. That's not what I'm saying. That is not what I'm saying. But if you approach a woman in such a way that you have the confidence, then that really attracts women. Not saying you're going to get a number or get a date, but that's just something that will engage a person when you have the confidence to step to them and be like, you know, I just thought you were attractive. Excuse me, I gotta get this hair out my face. I just thought you were an attractive young lady, and I just wanted to, you know if you were single, if you got, let me get your number or something like that. Something like that. Have a little small talk and things like that. Don't ask odd questions, different things like that, and never, ever, ever, okay, Kent, never, ever, when you start talking to a woman, start saying stuff like, yeah, I'm the king of rejection. Don't nobody love me. Never do that, okay? When you're out on a date or something like that, don't even bring up that type of stuff. Engage in conversation. Ask the lady how she's doing, what she likes to do, what are her hobbies, what's her favorite food, things like that. Never go into a conversation saying things like, yeah, you know, I'm the king of rejection. I think I'm ugly. Don't do things like that. Not saying that you do those things. I'm just saying, don't do those things like that. And confidence means everything. I know that you don't want to hear that, but it is the truth, okay? It is the God-given truth. I can promise you that. Now, the Juice Man did say that he would do a video for you if you want a male's point of view when it comes to, having confidence, approaching women, or whatever type of advice you have like that. I'm not a man, so I can't give you advice from a man's point of view because I'm not a dude, okay? I am a female. But to any of my family members here who have any type of advice for Kent, like I said, Kent used to make videos. For those of you who don't know, Kent made a lot of videos, like I said, on depression and rejection. He feels like he's ugly. He feels like he is the king of rejection. He feels like nobody loves him and all that good stuff. And he did say, now something that I don't like that you have said, Kent, a lot of times you say that you don't feel like you're going to be living on this earth in 5 years, which gives me the inkling that you feel like you're going to hurt yourself. Look, that is definitely not the answer. Because let me tell you this. You said you feel like you'll be better off dead. How do you know what it's like to be dead? You don't know what it's like to be dead. Ain't nobody ever died and came back and like, you know what, this shit is cool as hell. Ain't nobody ever done that. So you would definitely don't ever think there is a reason why you're on this earth. Maybe you're on this earth to spread awareness about depression and things like that. Who knows? But never say that you feel like you shouldn't be here, or you feel like you want to hurt yourself or harm yourself. Never do that, because I promise you it is definitely not the answer. Even if you get so depressed one day where you feel like you just want somebody to talk to, you can talk to me. You can add me on my Facebook page. I'm also on Instagram. I know that you have an Instagram account. You can also add me on my Instagram account, send me a DM or something like that, and I will respond. I respond to every single message. Now, the quickest way to get in contact with me is through my Facebook page, because I get a lot of messages on my Facebook page, and people are like, oh my God, how do you respond so quick? It's because I have that messenger app, that Facebook Messenger app, and when someone sends me a message, what happens is it comes directly to my phone like a text message. So I don't have to actually go to my Facebook and see if I got any messages or anything like that. Now, there are a lot of people who send me messages and I haven't responded simply because there is something called an other folder, and that stuff doesn't come directly to my inbox. So I don't even know what's over there. I don't even know how to check an other folder. So if you have sent me a message and I haven't responded, try to send it again. Maybe if you're not my friend on Facebook, maybe that has a lot to do with it as well. But if you have sent me a message on Facebook, try to send it again, or add me as a friend and send it, because I haven't seen it, and it's probably in my other folder. I don't even know how to get to the damn other folder, and I'm not, to be honest with you, I'm not even trying to figure it out for real. But again, you guys, I need to get off here and start back working. But you guys, leave advice for Kent down in the comment section below. Give him some advice on how to have confidence, or how to approach women. What's your best advice for Kent? He is someone who seems like he wants to have a relationship, but he just feels like he cannot find anyone who will be in a just even go out on a date with him. So leave him some advice in the comment section below. I want to see advice from males, females, everyone. Specifically on this video, please, if you guys can do that for me. If you did make it to the end of this video, I thank each and every one of you guys. Give this video a thumbs up for more of these just random ass videos, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.